Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new spooky edition episode. Yes, I'm laying on the ground, don't judge me, I feel like laying down. So with this spooky episode, and yes, I know everyone's waiting patiently to me post up videos and upload videos of even if it's all music videos, those are going to be coming, but it's spooky month. So let's just say I promise I actually have a few little music reaction videos coming up for y'all, but as of for right now, we have a few little spooky, scary stories we're going to be reacting to, because if everyone remembers, about a year or two back ago, I reacted to some spooky, scary videos, and they were animated. So let's get right into the spooky, scary videos. And we'll have to make sure that the ad... Hold on, guys, I'm laying down the river. I have the big TV on in the background. Everyone's in and out of the living room chilling and relaxing, so I hope you don't mind. And yes, there's a cage door next to me. This is literally my girls', when I mean girls', I mean my guinea pig's cage, so don't judge me. It says 3 true rainy night alone animated horror stories, and this was posted 6 days ago, and it's got 104K views. 104K views.
Because owning a huge plot of land isn't as impossible of a task as it can be in most other states. My house is small, but it was cozy enough for living alone. This happened 4 years ago, in 2019. It was spring, and we were going through a month of pouring rain almost every single day. It was a Sunday, and I was home from work, spending the day watching TV and resting.
If we don't react to the whole thing, I'm really
Sometime around
sorry.
6 or 7, I got an unexpected knock at my door.
I had a long day, my friend.
I barely heard it through the rain, and when I answered
I'll
the
post
door,
this video
I was
on
even more surprised
the video
to see
description
it was
below.
some random guy, not a mailman or anything of the sorts. Someone coming all the way out onto my property without notice was very unusual, being that it was far out of the way. "How can I help you?" I said. The guy, looking somewhere in his late 20s, said he'd been camping out in the woods nearby and had gotten into some trouble and needed a place to stay for the night. With the location of my house, if he wasn't lying, then showing up at my doorstep would make sense because I was the closest place within the woods by at least 5 or 6 miles. It was also pouring out, which made me feel even worse for him, but it still didn't take away from the possible danger of letting a stranger into my home. I offered him a phone call to get a ride into town, but the guy denied my offer. After bluntly saying he couldn't stay here, the guy walked off.
Oh, wow.
I watched him go down the dirt road a little ways, then he veered off and walked into the woods. As odd as that was,
just let you know, this is the hallway, so if anyone sees anything, like my family, like my mom and my brother pass by, just ignore it.
Very often, but it had to be at least 2 hours later, well into the night, when I saw an orange glare coming from the window by my backyard. I got up and moved the curtain. Through the rain and fog, I saw a campfire right in the middle of the woods outside my house. It was small, flickering under a large tree as the rain poured down on it. Standing next to it, there was the outline of a figure holding something.
So sorry,
I'm really tired. Though if he was facing my house or
it's
into
Monday.
The woods.
Everyone's tired on Monday.
After a moment, I closed the curtains and picked up my phone, calling the police to let them know about this person outside my house. I knew it would take probably an hour for them to get here, and whoever was out there wasn't doing me any harm, but at the very least I wanted them away from my house before I went to bed. Once I got off the phone with the officer, I checked the window again. The fire was still burning lightly, but the figure wasn't there. Then I heard footsteps coming toward the house. I ran to the other window and caught sight of him walking past with a hunting rifle in his hand before he turned the corner and went to the front door. He banged on it a few times, then it went quiet. I grabbed my self-defense handgun from the hallway closet and hid around the wall, still trying to process the situation I was in. He hit the door again. This time I could tell it was with the stock of his rifle, nearly breaking a panel out of the door. In this moment, I could only think that I had to try to deter him immediately before it becomes life or death for one of us. I shot around toward the edge of the doorframe, deafening myself for a second as the shot rang through the house. When my hearing came back, all I heard was the rain pouring down. No footsteps, banging, or yelling. I gathered up courage after 5 minutes of no sounds
You
and looked out the
guys, this is
peephole,
crazy.
seeing an empty porch, and outside in the yard were clear footprints going away from the house.
Claire, shoot, that
He
looks
must
like
have
freaking
run
blood
right after the
footprints. I don't know
shot
what you talking
during
about.
the couple seconds I couldn't hear. Police did a thorough search and found some strange details. Out by where the campfire was, they found a duffel bag with evidence of it having been buried nearby and likely dug up just hours before the attack. What they told me is that it was most likely a burglary kit, or possibly even a murder kit, that was planted in advance with the intent to be dug up and used later on. This means whoever attacked me had planned it and had been right outside my house at least once before that night. Why he attacked me specifically is not known, and who and where he is currently is still no closer to being figured out than it was 4 years ago. I still live in the same house and worry every day that he might come back.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
I was 22 at the time and living in a very small one-bedroom house
Story
in the
number
cheapest
2.
area of my city. After work on a Friday night, I hopped online to game with a bunch of my friends. It was the perfect night for staying up late, with heavy downpour outside and no work or school the next day. We played for probably 2 hours
I might have to eat
before a
dinner
sudden
soon,
sound
so...
had me put everything on pause for a minute. It was a thump, sounding like it was
I don't know.
upstairs. My initial concern was a possible leak in the roof, caused by the rainfall, so I went up to look. The only rooms upstairs were the single bedroom and a half bathroom, and neither of them had any signs of leaks anywhere, so I ran back down and got back online with my friends. I was on for a while, only getting off at 2 a.m. because everyone else went to bed. I shut everything off and sat on the couch with some snacks while I watched YouTube on my phone.
At 2 in the
10
morning?
minutes in, I heard another thump. It
You're
was
probably
from
just...
upstairs again, but
It's
it was
probably
so
just
muffled
the
that it
attic,
almost
and
sounded
it's
like it was
probably
on the
some
roof or
raccoons or
something.
possums or wild
I
stray
did an
cats.
even more thorough search of both
I'm
my
serious. My
bedroom
neighborhood
and
is
the
literally
bathroom
full of
up
like
there, but there wasn't
1,000
anything showing itself
freakishly
to be the
stray
cause of the
cats
sound.
and like
I was
raccoons
sure
and
it wasn't
possums.
thunder
So
either, because it
we
vibrated
have them
through the
literally
walls
all
like
year
something
round, and like we
literally
always
hitting
hear
the
them up.
house.
Like it's weird. Like we
After
have like
10
a
minutes
really
of looking
small
around,
attic.
I was so
And like
determined
I'm
to
surprised
figure
they're
it
able to
out
get up there.
that
And
I
like
put on
you
my
think we
shoes
have
and
like
went
this
out
huge
into the
attic,
rain
but
to
like
see
we
if there
don't.
was something more noticeable
Our attic
from
is literally just
outside.
the size of like
At first, I saw nothing of
the laundry room.
significance,
Like, and by the
but
way,
then
our
I
laundry
noticed
room
a
is like
tree branch
half of
getting
what our
pretty
bathroom
close
is.
to
Like
the
that's
side
how
of my
tiny our
house.
laundry room is.
It was a
So
large and sturdy branch, though,
who
that was
knows?
a good 3 or 4 feet away from the siding. And even in the rain, it wasn't really swaying all
I
that
don't
much.
know. We have like a lot of
It
things like
seemed
wired up
unlikely
and
that it
like
could reach the
we have
side
that
and bang up
lot of
against
good
the side of
chicken
the
wire like
house.
blocking all the main holes. I mean, we
As
still
I
got
looked
like
at it, though,
air
I
coming
realized there was
flowing
a
through in and
small
out for
window
like
in the
all the
house
seasons. But
that
like
the
there
tree
should be
kind
no
of
animals
covered
going
up.
in there. Maybe bugs, but
It was
like
higher than my bedroom window,
I don't
meaning
know.
it
It's
had to be an
weird.
attic. I had no idea there was an attic at this house. The hatch was definitely nowhere noticeable, and the roof wasn't a steep slope, so it didn't look
Oh,
like
so
there
there
would
is
even
something
be
in the
room
attic.
for one.
The only thing is that our
This
attic
hidden
is just
window was the first clue I'd ever seen
it's
to
just
indicate
the
there being
floor
an
of the
attic.
ceiling and then like a little
I
space and
went
then it's the
inside,
roof.
even more curious than I
So yeah,
was
we can like
before,
barely fit
and
stuff in
started
there.
searching
That's
for
why
this
our
hatch
house is
that I
full of
had to
freaking
have
junk in our
somewhere.
garage.
It took a minute, but I found it inside my bedroom closet. It was small and perfectly smooth with the ceiling, basically blending in aside from the tiny gaps from where it opens. I stood up on a box and pulled it
I
down,
feel like he's gonna
releasing a
see
rusty ladder
something and
from
it's
the
gonna like
opening.
freak the shit out of me.
Immediately, I was hit with a rotten smell, followed by another thump sound. From below, I could tell the attic was extremely short, maybe 2 feet tall at most. I climbed up carefully and looked into this tiny space.
Oh, please don't
Basically
look.
a wide, dark tunnel, and at the end by the window, I could make out a figure, ducked down on all fours and looking straight at me. I almost fell off the ladder, trying to jump down.
Oh, please
and run
don't do
away.
a jump scare. Please don't do it.
I heard them shuffling around as I got my phone and left the house, calling 911 in my driveway. The cops got there and detained the man.
Oh my
Who was
gosh.
just some homeless person. Apparently, he climbed the tree up to the window and made his way in.
Why did they make
staying
that
up there for
face?
at least a week without me having noticed. The absurdity of it all was almost unbelievable. I moved out very soon after that. In every house since, I've always checked the attics. But the one thing that has stayed with me is the image of that man at the end of the attic, on his hands and knees, staring at me with eyes resembling
I'm actually
both
getting
fear
scared. I'm
and
not gonna
anger.
lie. This is actually terrifying me. Oh my head. Look,
Are you ready to release the
Look, I don't know if any of these stories are real or not, but no. I can't. The face for that homeless person that they made, you know, they didn't have to make it that scary. They just could have made like a normal, sorry, that was a notification from the tablet. Like, they could have just made like a normal first person face, but just like, I don't know, maybe just have like a bloody nose or like a bloody lip or like a damaged eye. Not like the damaged eye, but like a fist bump, something like that. Not like this half human, half demon. No. Stop. Okay, anyway, story 3. This guy's in a convenience store, so let's continue.
For the first hour of being there, the rain had picked up, and the wind was hitting the building much harder than before, making a lot of noise. I was filling the shelves for the first 2 hours, trying to get the time-consuming tasks out of the way first. As I was in the aisle, though, I heard a thud sound resonating through the building. It sounded like it came from the back of the store in the warehouse section, where our delivery bay was. I walked over and saw the solid metal back door that truck drivers use to get in when making deliveries. The more I thought about it, the more I convinced myself that the thud sounded like a bang at this door, as if a driver was trying to make a delivery, but there were none scheduled for tonight. I opened the door and was met with a face full of cold rain and wind. I stuck my head out briefly to look down at the shipping bay and saw no trucks, so I closed the door and dried off. While walking back to the aisle, I assumed the noise was just the building having shifted a bit from the wind, or maybe just some strange sounding thunder that I hadn't noticed before. I continued working for another full hour before taking a lunch break in the back office, spending maybe 15 minutes there before heading back. But while I was walking through the store, I got this strange feeling, like everything had gone silent, aside from the rain ticking on the roof. It gave me chills, and as I reached the end of the aisle, I saw
Why the hell is there a
something
gnat
that made
flying?
my heart
I don't
almost
see there's
stop.
freaking gnats in my damn house.
Right next to my cart, halfway
Pisses me
down,
off. I clean
was a
out my
line of
rabbit
wet
and my
shoe
guinea pig's
prints
cage
through
every
the
single
aisle.
day, and it's pisses me off.
I approached it without even thinking and tried to figure out how this was even possible. I followed them down to the front of the store until I saw
Look at all the
so many
footprints.
watery prints going all over that it was impossible to follow. And honestly, horrifying to know that
Maybe
they
those
walked
footprints
around
are
the
him.
entire
Maybe he
place.
forgot to wipe
I
him.
ran back to the office and locked myself inside, calling the police and waiting.
Dude,
As I
you know
sat
you can
there,
easily
I only
probably
got more
just go to the
scared
video
as I
camera
couldn't
and
see
those
outside the office door,
video
and the
prints, and they're
rain
probably
pouring on the
accidentally
building
you
was
from
too loud for
stepping
me to hear
outside.
anything else. After 10 minutes, the operator that had me on hold came back on the phone and said the police were right outside the building. I quickly got up and opened the door, and right on the ground was another set of watery shoe prints alongside mine, leading right up to the office I was in. I sprinted to the front and hurried to let the police in. In their search, they didn't find anyone in the store. Security tapes were reviewed not long after, showing us a man in a dark jacket entering the building through a side door that had been left unlocked. He clearly spotted me early on and stayed hidden until I went on break. Then he
Oh
walked
my
around
gosh, why are they
aimlessly.
making these
He
characters
didn't
creepy as
steal or
hell?
break anything. He just went down the aisles and looked at the shelves. But the creepiest and most
They made
horrifying
this guy
part
have
was
red
when I
eyes.
entered the office and waited for the police. The man came up to and stood outside the office door, waiting for several minutes as he stared at the doorknob like he was preparing for me to come out. Luckily, he decided to walk away a few minutes later and exited the store. No more footage of him was seen after that.
Oh wow.
The man never came back, and as far as I was told, he was never found. What he was doing that night is still uncertain, and it will likely remain as an eerie uncertainty for the rest of my life.
Oh wow. Well, I'm about well, for my age, I can either be out of high school, freshman in college, or sophomore in college for my age, or whatever. But, you know, all my friends are sophomores, so I could probably be a sophomore in college, but you know. They all graduated like a year or two behind me, and I graduated in the year of 2001. So I'd probably be a freshman in college. I don't know. Who knows? But, well, you know, we all end up having those spooky, scary dreams once in a while and nightmares. I think I'm going to have mine tonight. So it's October 9th, and I'm going to put the video down in the description below, and I think I'm going to stop here. It's about 16. Oh, here we go. Well, we're going to stop the video here, and I hope everyone has a lovely day. If anyone saw anything weird in the hallway or in the weird-looking mirror, please let me know, because I'm probably going to have nightmares tonight. I'm going to have to probably watch Hocus Pocus, because I only have normal TV Xfinity cable television, because I can't afford anything of a shiz. And, see y'all in the next time. And I think the next video will be positive, and we're going to do some music reaction videos. And I'll see y'all in another video. Y'all know what to do. Y'all can either, you know, whatever y'all need to do. I don't know what it's called anymore. Like, subscribe, dislike. I don't freaking care anymore. Share. I don't know anymore what YouTube is anymore. I don't even know what YouTube is anymore. All I know is I feel like YouTube and TikTok are now competing. Well, it doesn't matter. See y'all in the next time. Bye-bye.